More demonstrations in solidarity with the 2-month-long protest movement in Portland, Oregon, were launched in Southern California today, one day after violence broke out between police and protesters at similar Los Angeles area demonstrations. Hundreds of protesters gathered outside the federal building in Westwood on Sunday, July 26, to protest police violence and to stand in solidarity with protesters in Portland, Oregon, who have recently clashed with federal police officers. Around 500 protesters stood in the shade of trees in front of the federal building as Black Lives Matter Los Angeles leaders began the demonstration. Demonstrators toted protest BLM-inspired protest signs, listened to speeches and chanted slogans such as, "No justice, no peace." A sign language interpreter relayed the speeches to hearing-impaired members of the crowd. "Beyond a right to protest, we have a duty to protest," said Melina Abdullah, a BLM-LA organizer and professor at Cal State Los Angeles. As the demonstration continued, a small group of counter-protesters arrived, shouting out, "Hallelujah," and "Jesus," and pushing their way into the crowd. Pushing and shoving resulted, but organizers worked to place the focus back on the main rally. Demonstrations were also planned Sunday in Compton, protesting the Gardena-area police shooting of Andres Guardado, at Staples Center and City Hall downtown, and in Long Beach, El Monte, Pomona and Sherman Oaks. Saturday's demonstrations were largely peaceful, until at least 3 people suffered minor injuries during confrontations with police and were taken to hospitals for treatment, according to the Los Angeles Fire Department's Margaret Stewart. Protesters smashed windows and spray-painted slogans at the Metropolitan Detention Center on Alameda Street and threw objects at officers. 2 separate demonstrations began in front of Los Angeles City Hall on Saturday afternoon, one organized by the group Refuse Fascism as part of an ongoing series of demonstrations against the administration of President Donald Trump, the other by the Youth Liberation Front. The YLF protest was part of a day-long action in more than 30 cities to support protesters in Portland, who have demonstrated daily since May 29 against police brutality and systemic racism, and have been in a standoff with federal troops since early July. All Los Angeles Police Department officers remained on duty past the end of their shifts as part of a citywide tactical alert, and many were sent to the downtown protest. After leaving Los Angeles City Hall around 5:30 p.m., the crowd marched to LAPD headquarters at 1st and Main Streets. There they shouted at the 2 front desk officers, while someone spray-painted red X's on exterior display cases containing LAPD badges.